All right.
Yes.
Smiles.
This is, I'm Alain Chevalier with BC Perks. I'm talking with Tamara and Scott. Say hello, Tamara.
Hi, everybody. I'm Tamara Johnston. I'm the marketing guru coordinator person at the Cloverdale Chamber. Thanks for having us today, Elaine.
No problems. And Scott?
Hi, it's Scott Wheatley, the Executive Director of the Cloverdale District Chamber of Commerce, and we serve the eastern side of Surrey, including Clayton, Campbell Heights, and Cloverdale.
Okay, so what we'll be talking about today, because is how to use a proper SMS marketing system for a brick and mortar type business, more on the retail side, like any type of retail store, restaurant, pub, auto mechanic, these types of businesses.
Sounds great.
So the whole idea when you're in that type of business, of course, is to get your clients to come in more often. And you want them to spend more money.
Mhm.
And of course, you want to get new customers. Okay. So let me tell you a little bit more about BC Perks. Then, if you haven't heard of the company, we're a Canadian company, local here in Maple Ridge. We do digital mobile loyalty marketing, text reminder system, waitlist systems. We stay at the forefront of mobile technology. People live on their cell phones right now. I was just reading a new stat that said that 85% of cell phone users, and by the way, we just passed a 1-to-1 mark for cell phone versus people in Canada. There's more phones than people now. So 85% of these people prefer getting text messages versus any other form of communication. Also, what's interesting, a lot of people say, well, that's just the younger generation. Is it called Generation Z now or X or millennials? I get mixed up, right? But not so, because they did a study, even people over 40. The only difference is about 10%. So instead of having 85% of people that want that, well, gee, you only got 77%. It's still
But
the
I can
preferred
say
form.
my mother, who's 73, don't call her. She wants a text message. So I don't think it's a generational thing so much anymore at all.
No, it used to be, but not anymore. You're right. You're right. Okay, so the main components when you're using digital marketing is start off with a cardless loyalty program. Loyalty programs work. That's why you go to McDonald's 8 times, you get a free coffee at Tim Hortons. Everybody has a loyalty program because it gets the client to come back in about 20% more often. So it does really, really work to keep your loyal clients regular and coming back. Now, the idea is to capture the information, then you can send them on-demand text. So especially for new clients, that's important because now you can give them a reason to come back. So they drop by your restaurant, you say, hey, it was great meeting you. Want to come on back this week and get a free drink with your order? Something like that, because you want to turn them into regular customers. And with your regular customers, you set up automatic text marketing. That could be a reward system, could be a happy birthday letter. Come on in and get free dessert on us. Then, of course, you want better and more online reviews. For a brick and mortar business, we usually use a kiosk system. So when people come in, they check into it, and that's how the system captures their information and also keeps track of their visits. So you know that after, let's say, 8 visits, they get their reward. Okay. 75% of people belong to at least one loyalty program. I bet you have a card in your wallet or your purse that has for a loyalty program, or is it more like 10 cards?
25.
Yeah, that's
My wallet's
exactly it.
this thick and there's no money, but they're all cards.
That's what you're saying is quite true, And a lot of problem with these programs is that people drop off of them because they stop working. You forget your card at home. That's most frustrating thing is you get there and you can't get your discount or anything because you forgot your flipping card at home. Okay, with this system, it runs by itself. It doesn't rely on anything. And as you notice, there's a QR code in the middle here, so that if people don't want to touch anything these days, that's part of life. They can just scan it in with their phone and do everything on their phone. So they don't have to touch the kiosk for it to work whatsoever. Okay, the whole idea is that 69% of consumers say that a reward program does make them come back to that business. They go out of their way because they know if they keep going there, they're going to get a reward versus going somewhere else. Is it because they really like the business because the business cares for them, or is it just because they just like free stuff? Either way, it works for you. Now, when you do marketing, if you use text messages, the advantage that 98% are going to be read.
Mhm.
So you get an average redemption rate of 10 to 20% on your specials. That's 10 times higher than email. It's the most rewarding form of advertising because you're sending information and special deals to your favorite clients who have asked to get them, and they're looking forward to getting them. That's why it works so well. But when a person gets a text message, I don't know why, it must be a magnet. They have to read it right now.
I have a question, Len. Sorry to jump in. Maybe you'll cover this later. Just back to this. So I don't see in that message, and I know it's just a like a sample, but does your program like have an opt out? Like if you don't want to receive these anymore,
Yes.
click here or text.
Yes,
Okay,
you got me there because every message just says, reply stop to quit.
Oh, okay. And then on the flip side, does everyone that you send, like with this program that you send messages to, do they have to like physically opt in? Or
Yes.
so you would have to ask them first at the point of sale or what have you and say, do you wish to receive text messages from us?
What you do is, let's go back to this slide here, is you have this kiosk on your counter where they pay.
And then it asks you at the kiosk?
Yeah, so it's, when your customer comes in, you say, remember to check in to get your points. Then they just punch their phone number in.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to make sure because we're all in the position of wanting to get our message out, but we also don't want to abuse the privilege or annoy people at the same time.
No, yeah. Well, that's why the system works so well is people that
Right.
sign in, they want to get the messages. And you also have to follow the cancel rules.
Yes.
Because if you don't, you get nasty fines. So people have to opt in. There's different ways of doing it. You can put a widget on your website. You can put a QR code in your front door for them to opt into the program. There's all sorts of different ways for people to get into it. Okay. But in a brick and mortar place, the best way is to use a kiosk.
Great.
Question two, and this might be jumping ahead, and I'm sure you'll cover it. But for example, on our website, because we need to build up the number of contacts that we have that we can send text messages to, can we put a QR code on our webpage that people can scan?
You can do better than that. You can put a QR code, but also way back when we first set up and that, I sent you the coding to put a widget on your website. So there would be a widget that simply says, put in your phone number here to join a mobile club.
Okay.
Okay, if you can't find it, let me know and I'll send it back to you again.
Sounds great.
Okay, so we're talking about sending offers in to get your clients to come back. Okay. The whole idea is to get them in the door, and in the door more often. You want them to share the offers so you get referrals from it because you want new clients. Okay. You can even set it up with a referral reward to entice your clients to share the coupons so you get more referrals. Okay. The whole idea is to get new clients in the door. Okay. Like here's an example. Okay. 2-for-1 ribs with the purchase of 2 beverages. Okay. BOGO Wild Wing buy 2 beverages and enjoy 2 for the price of 1 ribs. Okay. Share this coupon with your friends and get a free burger reward if 6 or more redeem the coupon. So they push this share coupon, they share it with their friends, and then if 6 of them use the coupon, then they will get a text something like this: referral reward, free burger. Thanks for referring your friends, you get a free burger. So it's a thank you for getting referrals. The way they can share the coupon, they can either share it like mobile share. You click on that, you put in your sister's phone number and she gets it by text. You can share it on your Facebook. You can share it on your Twitter. You can create a link and share it by email. So there are lots of different ways to share it. It also keeps your own personal stats as to how many of these you have shared and how many were redeemed. So if you can see that you shared the coupon to 10 people and 5 are redeemed, people actually get on the phone to their friends, say, hey, you gotta go redeem that because I want my free burger.
Yeah.
So it works to spread the word. People share their text messages. Automatic text messaging, you got to keep your regular clients coming back. It's 8 times cheaper to get your regular clients to come back than to go out and advertise for a new client. So and you want them to keep coming back. So it also leads to more referrals. So here's an example, like regular text and a reward. So you get a free appetizer. When people get these, they're sitting there and like, as I said, it's like a magnet. You get a text, you have to look at it, and they grin. Their friend says, "What is it?" Well, I just got a free appetizer. Then of course they say, "Well, I don't get any of those." Kloof, you get a referral. Okay. This one is one that works the best for just about any business. I call it the "We miss you" text. We miss you. Drop in this week, get free fries with your order. You set that up. Let's say the person hasn't come in for a month, automatically they get that. Because you want your regulars to keep coming back and keep being regulars. You can also send happy birthday text. Happy birthday texts work really well, especially in the restaurant business. Well, they work in every business. Everybody wants a birthday gift, right? There's no question about that. So happy birthday from Wild Wings, drop in before. Again, every offer should have an expiry date because otherwise people will forget about it. So if they know they got 3 or 4 days before it expires, they'll remember, they'll come in. Okay, so drop in before this date and enjoy 2 free desserts on us. Well, 2 free desserts, that means you're going to come with a friend, they're going to buy something else. You still make money. So it works really, really well and keeps your client happy because you're looking after them. If I'm going too fast, slow me down. If I'm going too slow, speed me up.
No,
Okay,
you're perfect. So far, so good.
Reviews. You want to get more and better reviews. Okay. Every coupon you send out, you can put any one of these links on it. Actually, you can put them all, but that's ridiculous. I suggest putting only 4 of them. So automatically they push on the Facebook, they go straight to your Facebook account, your Twitter account, your Instagram, the Google Plus. I got to take that out, no longer there. But the point is, they can get in touch with you anytime they want, and they always have it on their phone. Reviews are interesting because you can actually buy reviews. I mean, here's an example. Click on the link below, give us a review on Facebook, Google, or Yelp, show it to us and get free house beverage. Now, if they're going to show you the review, it's going to be good. Otherwise, they might not get the free house beverage. But sometimes you get bad reviews for no good reason, and you just want to try to bury it by getting better reviews. So this works quite well. Reviews are crazy these days because 84% of people read online reviews before they even go to a store. You get 8 out of 10 won't buy anything at all unless they have read all the reviews, to the point where 88% of people trust reviews as much or more than personal recommendations from their friends. I find that sad, but it's the way it is. You can't ignore it because an increase in Yelp of 1 star will increase your business 5 to 9%. So reviews, like them, don't like them, you can't ignore them. That's just the way things are. So the whole idea of the system is we start with the cardless loyalty program. That's to entice them to give you that information, basically. Okay, you can also create campaigns where the first time they sign in, they get a special reward. Thank you for joining our, VIP mobile club. Enjoy a free drink with your supper tonight. Something like that. Okay, then especially for new clients, you want to do on-demand text marketing to give them a reason to come back. People need a reason to come back. You give them a reason to come back, they'll come back. You turn them to regular clients. Then the automatic text marketing will kick in to make sure they don't go anywhere else. And then, of course, when you need more and better reviews, you can click that in as well. Okay. With BC Perks, we do the whole thing for you. Like, we'll create the whole strategy. Okay, with your help, of course, because every single client that I have, they have a custom system. It's different for everyone. They can be 2 pubs side by side. Even at that, the clientele will be different, react differently. Okay, but you don't have to worry about how do I use the system. We look after all that. Okay. We always, of course, stay on top of innovation. I was talking about the reward system that did not the reward system, the referral system did not exist about 6 months ago. It's a newer one. Things change. The touchless kiosk, again, that was brought on by innovation. It always happens when you get problems. So now we have a touchless kiosk. We will also train your staff. The training is really pretty easy because all you have to do to train your staff is they have to remind people to check in every time they come in. So Mrs. Smith comes in, don't forget to check in to get your points. And they're hard to do. And people will check in. Why? Because they want their freebies. It's pretty simple. Okay. You will get reports sent to you on a regular basis. Every Monday morning, you get a report showing you what's happened last week, also once a month. The whole idea is you look at your reports and you see what's going on, because it'll give you information to help you tweak your system to make it work better. Like if you're offering a free side of beans with every supper and nobody's using them, well, they don't like your beans. You better change your offer. Well, it happens, right? But that's the idea of the reports, because the more you pay attention to that and tweak your system, the better it'll work for you.
I think that's great, Elaine. I just wanted to chime in with a comment because as a marketer, I know that often it's just a shot in the dark. You have to just try different things. So what's great about this is you can try different things and find out quite quickly whether or not people like your beans or not, so to speak.
Exactly. And you do find out very, very quickly. When you send information out, 98% of it will be read. If it's a special that's only good for that day, you'll have all your information at night.
Yeah, no, that's great.
So there is no question there. On the hardware side, the only hardware that's required is the kiosk, and I provide that. Okay. You have to have Wi-Fi, which is not much of an issue anymore. It used to be an issue, but not now because everybody has Wi-Fi. So that's not a problem there. Okay, so because again, you want your customers to come in more often. You want them to spend more. Okay, very often, I don't know if you like that, but you go to a particular restaurant, and all you have every time you go there is a chicken burger because it's good. So you go there, you have the chicken burger. But if all of a sudden you get a text that is going to give you 25% off their ribs, you're going to try it. Now, if you like them, now you're buying two things. So you go more often, you spend more money. So that's how you push them into trying different things so that your customers, again, not only they spend more money, they come in more often, they're more regular, everybody is happy. Okay. And again, that leads to new customers. Okay, we have a special deal for your members. Okay, so if you're a member of the Cloverdale Chamber of Commerce, the setup fee is cut in half for you. So instead of paying $199, that's a one-time fee, you pay only $99. Okay. The monthly fee of $149 is reduced to $119. So you get quite a discount in it. And actually the discount on monthly fee is just about enough to pay for your membership at the chamber. So there you go. Everybody wins, right? Okay, so I know I went through this quickly. Is there any questions that maybe I should have spent more time on?
If you back to the special offer for our members, which is great. I just wanted to clarify so I understand. I understand the one-time programming fee. I understand the monthly fee. So these different line items about the number of messages, is it 500 messages, like 500 times to my database, or is it 500 messages, like if my database is 500, so that's a one-time message? Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes sense. Okay, so your system comes with 500 messages included every month. Okay. And that's 500 messages. So if you have 500 people in your database, you send out one broadcast, you've used your 500 messages.
Got it. Okay, got it. So that's in addition to the monthly fee. So I could send out 500 messages at $68.25 10 times in a month if I wanted to.
Yes.
Okay.
And if you want to do that, I'd say don't do it because there's too many messages.
Yes,
it's going to start becoming spam.
Of course it is.
you know.
Actually, it was interesting. I'm just pulling up my calculator here. So I just want to just crunch some numbers. So 68.
So the way it works on here, like if, for example, as your database grows, you're going to send out more messages. If you send out 600 messages, the first 500 are included. Then you'd buy an additional 5 and use 100 of that on top of your 5 to make the 6. Now you got 400 left to be used on top of your 5 for next month, and so on. So these additional messages that you buy, they roll over until you use them up.
Okay. So basically, I'm just crunching the numbers and I'm not a mathematician. It's like just around 7 cents per person to reach per person if you do this first package. Is that correct math? Because that's a pretty good deal.
It's, well, you got to remember the first 500 are included in the price.
Oh, so the first, you get 500 with the monthly fee?
Yes, you get 500 every month free.
Even cheaper. Wow. Okay, that's
Well,
great.
when I say free, included, okay?
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, I get it.
Okay.
That's fantastic.
And then after that, what you're saying is correct. If you're going to send more than 500, then you're looking somewhere around 7 cents per.
That's great, because just looking at the numbers in terms of budgets and whatnot, like direct mail, Scott and I are familiar with. I mean, the cost of a stamp is even well over $1. So
Oh,
here
yeah.
you're reaching, and I'm not diminishing like the importance of different methods of reaching your target audience, but this is just one more thing to add in your toolkit. That's great. Thank you.
That's exactly it. And the cost is minimal, especially because, you know, it's not, you know, you put an ad in the paper, it winds up in the bottom of the bird cage.
Well, it does, but I'm, as a marketer, I believe in the merit of like a robust marketing plan.
Oh, no, of course. Of course.
Or direct mail or an email or a text message. I think this is great.
Yeah, you never have only one way to
No,
market.
exactly.
And that's part of what I tell my clients is anytime that you do any of the form of marketing, let me know, because we can tie that in. Like, for example, they do a flyer, they're going to put it in those, you know, those books you get in the mail. You know.
Yep.
So if you're going to do that, put a QR code on it so people can click on it to get the reward and become part of your mobile club.
So there's a method for, you know, in your plan, there's got to be a variety of touch points, right? So that's great.
Well, that's right. So, you know, any type of marketing that you do, it can be tied in with this. You can tie it in with a contest, you know. So yeah, you advertise somewhere and you say, oh, by the way, if you text the word supper to 1-800-569-2345, you'll be included to win supper for 2.
Well, that's great.
And then the system takes care of that. At the end, somebody wins a supper for 2, but everybody else is now in your database. And they're all people that like your stuff, otherwise they would not have entered the contest. Because, you know, if you sell pizzas and I don't like pizzas, I'm not going to enter your contest.
No.
So the people that enter are all people that really like it. So I mean, there's a lot of ways to use that for marketing. There's no question about that. But you have to make me aware of what you're up to, so I can, you know, show you how you can piggyback this and double your results. Well, double, triple, who knows, right? But the thing is, you'll increase your results tremendously.
So can I wind back a bit and ask a question? Like we're talking, when you're talking 500 messages, that's like a broadcast direct marketing piece. But if I'm doing a thing, for example, with the chamber luncheons, if we have them registered and say, you know, attend 4 luncheons and your 5th is free. So we send them a message for that, but then you get, well, if you get 5 referrals, you'll get a message for free. How does that all work into the program? Is that part of the monthly thing when we're getting referrals and things?
Okay. Any incoming messages is free.
Okay.
If people like if you're having a contest or something like that, you know, and people enter the contest and they get a text saying, thank you for entering your contest, we'll let you know who the winner is. That counts as one text going out.
Okay, so yeah. Leaving, you know, 499.
What's that?
Leaving 499 for the month.
That's right. That's exactly it. You know, and when you buy reload messages, the more you buy, the cheaper they are, like everything else. I mean, you can keep going. I mean, I've got clients that buy them at 25,000 at a time, but they got a large clientele and they don't care what the price is because it works.
Yeah.
You know, it's the old story. You don't mind spending $1,000 if you're going to make 2.
Yeah, no, I hate the cliche wave of the future, but I mean, I've even noticed in my inbox on my text messages where I've been and done business now, I'm getting text messages from them. So it's definitely a new touch point for sure.
Yes, and you know, and it's growing really fast in Canada because like this has been going on in the States for 16, 17 years. It's still newer in Canada because we're well behind on that.
Yeah, we've always been a bit behind, right?
Well, yeah, you know, and there's all sorts of you know, the different technologies and different rules in Canada. You know,
I'm looking,
there's
yeah.
no
I have
question
a
there.
dentist confirmation in here. I have a spa that says it's time, you know, treat yourself. It's time to come back for another pedicure. So yeah, it's there for sure. Wow. Thank you, Elaine. This is great.
No problem. And you know, you can get in touch with me anytime. My contact information is right on the screen here. And any of your members that are interested in getting more information, of course, I'll give them a free demonstration just to make sure. The whole thing is to understand how it works. You know, I mean, you know, this number one preferred form of communication is text messages. Yet, percentage-wise, there's only about 20% of the businesses in this country that use it. You know, because it's still newer, they still don't understand how it works. Well, you know, if you jump ahead of the game, you know, you win. It's simple as that. Okay, wonderful then. So we'll keep in touch.
Yes, for sure. Thank you for your time.
No problem.
Have a
Okay.
good rest of the day.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Right.